So this story is really disturbing and it's sad um, for me to report this. This is what I'm seeing. This is not my views. So let me be clear on that. Um, but I am bringing it out to you that accuser calls on DA to arrest Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears immediately in child sexual abuse case. So this is put out by Laura Bradley Monday, September 5th, 2022. So this is about a 5-minute read. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to read it. Sorry if you don't see the pictures clear enough. I don't know. It's just sad. I really feel sad for um, what is going on. It's really a disturbing event. So here you'll see Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, who are both comedians and really successful. I hadn't seen Aries Spears in anything more recent. Um, he was on Mad TV, and he had been in a lot of movies and on stage a lot. I think more in like maybe the early 2000s and the 90s. Um, Tiffany, however, has been in a lot of movies, and she's been very current, a current presence on movies, TV, and in the entertainment world. So, going to the article, it says the Jane Doe that is suing Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears for sexual abuse of a minor, among other accusations, is now calling on the LA County District Attorney Office to immediately arrest and prosecute these comedians, both Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. So on Monday, Jane Doe filed a pro se lawsuit on behalf of both herself and her 15-year-old brother, whom the complaint names with the alias John. According to the lawsuit, so Jane and John knew Haddish as an auntie thanks to her long-standing friendship with the mother. So they were 14 and 7 years old, respectively, when the complaint alleges that. So Haddish and Spears recruited them for comedy videos. So this is going to go into more of this. So it's really hard for me to say these things, in which each child was asked to perform sexually suggestive acts on camera. So in a later a letter to the LA County District Attorney George Gascon obtained by the Daily Beast, Jane points out, as the Daily Beast initially reported, um, that her mother filed a report with the Las Vegas police in January on 2020, in which she named both Haddish and Spears. Um, the Daily Beast has seen a copy of this report, and so the letter alleges that since Las Vegas authorities transferred the case to the LAPD, the officer assigned to the case has done nothing with this complaint until now, unfortunately. So comedians Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are accused of child sexual abuse. This matter's breadth and complexity requires your jurisdictional powers and resources to tackle and end the stream of depravity committed by Haddish and Spears. Jane's letter to the district attorney office concludes, my brother and I are prepared to speak with investigators and prosecutors from your office and provide you with irrefutable evidence that substantiates our allegations. So, you guys, this is really, really serious. Anytime this person's now trying to pursue arrest for the two of these comedians. So, Andrew Brettel, or Bretteler, an attorney representing Haddish, has issued a statement on her behalf denying what he calls bogus claims and alleging that the sibling's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Miss Haddish for several years. So Deborah Opry, an attorney representing Spears, told the Washington Post that her client isn't going to fall for any shakedown. So Haddish herself posted a statement on social media channels on Monday saying that while she was legally bound from discussing the case, I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. Okay. And I did see that. So this is by Tiffany Haddish. I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you, unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case. There is very little that I can say right now. But clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. And I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. So that is by Tiffany Haddish. So in the summer of 2013, Jane was 14 years old. The lawsuit alleged that Haddish recruited her for a commercial. So a year later, Haddish allegedly recruited John for a separate video. The lawsuit claims that she described to his mother as a sizzle reel for Nickelodeon. So in both cases, Spears and Haddish allegedly asked the children to perform sexually suggestive acts on camera. And so when Jane entered the studio to record her commercial in 2013, the complaint claims that Spears asked her to mimic a video in which a group of co-eds ate a Subway sandwich in a sexually suggestive manner, even down to the noises as well. So when Jane sat silent, Haddish allegedly joined the pair and instructed the minor regarding how to give fellatio, including movements, noises, moaning and groaning, and complaint. This is what the complaint states. So speaking with the Daily Beast, Jane said she tried to shrug off what happened at that time, but the lawsuit alleged that Jane, like her brother John, remains traumatized by Haddish and Spears' actions. So the plaintiff, Jane Doe, is 22 years of age now and has never dated. And the lawsuit states this, and she is scared that she will be taken advantage of again and led down a path of false trust, like the path that Haddish led her down. Okay, so John's video was allegedly shot a year later in Aries Spears' home, while Jane allegedly attended the shoot as a chaperone. The lawsuit claims Haddish separated the two upon arrival. Spears allegedly told John's mother that his footage had been deleted, but in 2018 the lawsuit alleged that the family became aware that the sketch had been made and in fact was still online. So in the video titled "The Mind of a Pedophile" and published on the site Funny or Die and elsewhere, Haddish plays the 7-year-old's mother and leaves him with a pedophilic babysitter, or pedophile babysitter shoulder. And the lawsuit claims that John still places bandages over the camera of the electronics out of fear of being recorded, and quotes a testimony that he wrote in the therapy that states his experience during the shoot effed him up bad. Or I'm going to say the way he quoted it in quotes, fucked him up bad. So Jane's letter alleges that the original video with sound includes R. Kelly's song Bump and Grind playing in the background. This is not good, folks. Okay. Alright. It just seems to get worse and worse as it goes along. So Jane's lawsuit accuses both comedians of intentional infliction of emotional distress, gross negligence, sexual battery, sexual harassment, sexual abuse of a minor, and Haddish is further accused of negligence, supervision, failure to warn, breach of fiduciary duty, and constructive fraud. So she is seeking general and special damages as well as any appropriate statutory damage. So in the statement from John's therapy cited in the lawsuit, now 15 years old, writes, I don't got no friends and I don't trust nobody and I'm scared of adults. I refuse to be recorded or take pictures because I'm scared of weird ass adults trying to do nasty stuff to me again. So I spend all of my time in a room and do not go anywhere because I don't trust anybody. So that is what the John, I believe the 15-year-old now, Jane Doe, in quotes, has said. So that's pretty much that article. So, I would say we shall, it's got 42 comments already, and I believe it'll get bigger. So we shall see what happens in this development. This I would say is a steady developing issue between the Haddish and Spears allegations. And I'm sure we'll learn more as time goes by of how this is going to present itself and how it's going to come out. It's just sad that this is happening because a lot of people are talking about it. I was surprised when I first heard about it and I first did the first video, but this one right here is pretty hardcore because now this is the video of the call of their arrest, the both of the comedians. So this gets, it doesn't end, it gets even more gritty as the story unfolds.